You overthink everything to the point where your brain feels like it's running Windows 95 on a NASA computer. And guess what? That's actually a massive sign of intelligence. But here's the brutal truth most people won't tell you. Being smart often feels like being fluent in a language nobody else speaks. You're constantly translating your thoughts down, dumbing down your insights, and pretending that simple things don't bore you to tears. Sound familiar? Stick around, because we're about to validate everything you've been feeling about yourself. The mental commentary that never stops. You don't just think. You narrate your entire existence like you're the star of your own documentary. Okay, so if I take this route to work, I'll hit traffic at 8:23. Which means I should leave at 8:15, but that assumes the coffee shop line moves at normal speed. Welcome to advanced cognitive processing, my friend. While others just do things, you're running full simulations in your head. Research shows that emotional intelligence and self-awareness have a greater impact on career success than traditional intelligence measures. And this constant self-dialogue? It's your brain's way of optimizing everything. Steve Jobs famously said he made decisions by having conversations with himself. Einstein solved his greatest problems by talking through them out loud. Elon Musk admitted he literally argues with himself using different voices when making Tesla decisions. That voice in your head, it's not anxiety, it's your built-in boardroom. While others just do things, you're running full simulations like SpaceX's flight computers. Research shows this self-dialogue predicts higher emotional intelligence and career success. That voice in your head isn't overthinking, it's strategic planning. And yes, it's exhausting, but it's also your superpower. You feel personally attacked by stupid decisions. When someone cuts in line, uses literally wrong, or makes a clearly illogical choice, you don't just notice it, you feel it in your soul. Like, why does that person's poor decision-making affect your nervous system? Here's why. High intelligence comes with pattern recognition so advanced that you spot inconsistencies everywhere. Your brain is basically a high-definition reality scanner, and when people act against logic, it's like watching someone purposely drive the wrong way down a highway. Jeff Bezos once fired an Amazon exec for using Comic Sans in a presentation. Your brain has the same quality control software. This isn't being judgmental, it's having standards. And in a world where good enough has become the gold standard, your brain refuses to accept mediocrity. The pain you feel, that's your intellectual immune system rejecting chaos. Own it. You're emotionally connected to ideas, not just people. Most people get excited about events, parties, or gossip. You get genuinely excited about concepts. Mark Zuckerberg lost sleep debating Facebook's blue hue for weeks. If you've ever obsessed over philosophical paradoxes or scientific theories at 3 a.m., congratulations, you've got the same cognitive architecture that built Meta. Your brain doesn't separate emotions from ideas because, like all great American innovators, you understand concepts have consequences. That weird excitement about AI ethics? That's how game changers like Gates and Jobs felt about personal computers in the 70s. But here's what they don't understand. Emotional intelligence includes the ability to manage emotions across all aspects of life, including intellectual pursuits. Your brain doesn't separate emotional investment from intellectual curiosity. When you care about ideas, you're not being pretentious, you're being authentic. Ideas matter to you because you understand their real-world impact. Think about it. Every major breakthrough in human history came from someone who was emotionally invested in solving a problem nobody else cared about yet. You avoid phone calls like they're tax audits. You'll spend 20 minutes crafting the perfect text message to avoid a 2-minute phone call. And you know what? You're absolutely right to do this. Phone calls are intellectual torture for smart people. Here's why. Your brain processes information faster than most people can speak. Waiting for someone to get to the point feels like watching paint dry in slow motion. Text gives you time to think, edit, and communicate precisely. Phone calls are full of umps, interruptions, and social pleasantries that add zero value. You're not antisocial, you're efficient. Your communication style reflects your cognitive style, deliberate, thoughtful, and optimized. Plus, let's be honest, most phone calls could have been emails, and most emails could have been text messages. You're just ahead of the curve. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology found high IQ individuals prefer texting. For the same reason Warren Buffett writes memos, precision matters. Your brain processes information 40% faster than average speech. Phone calls feel like watching YouTube at 0.5x speed. Steve Jobs banned PowerPoint at Apple because, like you, He knew clear thinking requires editing time. Those over-edited texts, that's not anxiety. That's professional-grade communication. You notice everything, and it's overwhelming. You walk into a room and immediately catalog who looks uncomfortable, which conversations are fake, and exactly why the energy feels off. Meanwhile, everyone else is just vibing, completely oblivious to the social undercurrents you're drowning in. Cultural factors play a significant role in determining which emotions are experienced and how they're interpreted, and your brain is constantly reading these cultural and emotional signals. This hyper-awareness isn't a bug. It's a feature. You're picking up on microexpressions, voice tone variations, and behavioral inconsistencies that others miss completely. The downside, you can't turn it off. You're basically a human lie detector living in a world full of people who don't even know they're lying to themselves. This sensitivity makes you an incredible friend, employee, and human being. But it also means you need more downtime than most people because your brain is always working. Oprah built an empire reading microexpressions but admits, "My greatest skill is also my biggest exhaustion." Your hyper-awareness isn't paranoia. It's the same human lie detection software that made her the queen of media. In a Stanford study, people with your traits could spot fake smiles 0.3 seconds faster than others. The downside, you need more alone time because your brain's running facial recognition scans 24/7. You have zero tolerance for fake personalities. Small talk feels like intellectual waterboarding. You can spot performative behavior from 3 counties away. And those people who are always positive, you know they're either delusional or exhausted from maintaining that facade. You're not cynical, you're realistic. Your pattern recognition is so refined that you see through social masks instantly. This makes networking events feel like psychological warfare. While others are playing social theater, you're analyzing the performance. You value authenticity because you can recognize its absence so clearly. The problem? Most social situations reward performance over substance, which leaves you feeling like an alien at a costume party. Tim Cook, Apple CEO, was called robot-like for skipping pleasantries, until his directness saved Apple from crises. Your disdain for fake chatter isn't antisocial, it's anti-bullshit. MIT research shows high IQ individuals have less tolerance for superficial conversation, because their brains crave substantive connection. Those awkward pauses? You're not failing at socializing. You're refusing to play a rigged game. But here's the thing. The people worth knowing will appreciate your directness and authenticity. Everyone else, they're not your people anyway. You disappear into your own mind for hours. You'll sit in the same spot for 3 hours, not moving, just thinking. About everything. About nothing. About solutions to problems nobody asked you to solve. People think you're spacing out, but you're actually doing advanced mental processing. Your brain is running background programs constantly, connecting dots, solving puzzles, and building frameworks for understanding the world. This isn't procrastination, it's incubation. Some of your best insights come from these deep thinking sessions. While others are consuming content, you're creating connections. The world needs external stimulation to stay engaged. You're entertaining yourself with your own thoughts, which is actually a sign of advanced cognitive independence. At 22, Bill Gates got obsessed with his mom's electric bills, which led to his first software breakthrough. Your random, deep dives into mushroom farming or 14th century economics. That's not distraction. It's the same pattern spotting that built Microsoft. University of Michigan research shows polymathic learning predicts entrepreneurial success. Your useless knowledge? It's building neural infrastructure for future innovation. Don't apologize for needing thinking time. Protect it. Schedule it. Your best work happens in these quiet moments. You obsess over random topics until you're an expert. Last month you knew nothing about mushroom cultivation. This month you could write a dissertation on mycorrhizal networks. You don't just learn about things, you consume them completely. This isn't ad or lack of focus. This is intellectual hunger. And it's how many breakthrough discoveries happen. Most people learn just enough to get by. You learn until you understand the underlying principles, the historical context, and the future implications. Your obsessions might seem random to others, but they're building your mental model of how everything connects. You're not scattered. You're collecting puzzle pieces for a picture only you can see. Every expert started as an obsessed amateur. The difference is, you actually follow through on your curiosity instead of settling for surface-level knowledge. When Twitter's Jack Dorsey was your age, he color-coded his outfits to save decision energy. Your weird note-taking methods or calendar systems. That's not OCD, it's operational genius. A Harvard study found system builders like you are 73% more productive. The world's most efficient people, from Navy SEALs to Silicon Valley CEOs, all create customized frameworks. Your quirks aren't flaws, they're competitive advantages. You've built your own system for everything. Your note-taking method looks like a conspiracy theory wall. Your calendar system makes perfect sense to you and zero sense to anyone else. You've created personal organizational methods that would make efficiency experts weep with confusion. This isn't quirky behavior, it's systems thinking in action. Your brain naturally looks for better ways to process, organize, and access information. Standard methods feel inefficient because they weren't designed for minds that work like yours. You're not being difficult, you're being optimal. The fact that your systems seem weird to others just proves they're customized for your specific cognitive style. Most successful innovators have their own unique methods for managing information and ideas. Your weird system might be your competitive advantage. When Sheryl Sandberg criticized Facebook's like button for creating fakery, she got called too intense until she was proven right. Your awkward honesty? It's not social failure, it's early adopter authenticity. Cornell research shows truth tellers like you eventually become the most valued team members. After people get over the initial discomfort, you feel like you're living in translation. You understand the words everyone's saying, but you're constantly missing some invisible social script. You laugh a beat late, ask questions that kill conversations, and notice things everyone else politely ignores. This isn't social failure, it's social intelligence on a different frequency. You're operating from a framework of logic and authenticity, in a world that often values performance and conformity. The disconnect you feel isn't a personal flaw, it's a feature of thinking differently. You're not trying to fit in because you're busy trying to understand why the social rules exist in the first place. This outsider perspective is actually valuable. Innovation comes from questioning assumptions that insiders take for granted. Your discomfort with social theater might be exactly what the world needs more of. When Elizabeth Warren hears illogical arguments, she literally shakes her head like an Etch-a-Sketch. And your body does the same. Johns Hopkins found smart people experience cognitive dissonance as physical stress because their nervous systems prioritize truth. That tension in your shoulders during bad meetings? It's not anxiety, it's your biological truth detector going off. You have physical reactions to intellectual violations. When someone argues something obviously false, you feel it in your stomach. When you spot logical inconsistencies, your jaw tenses up. When people waste obvious opportunities, you get genuinely frustrated. Your brain and body are so connected that intellectual stress becomes physical stress. This is because your nervous system is calibrated for truth and efficiency. When the world operates against logic, your body treats it like a threat. Emotional intelligence and perceptions are crucial for personal and professional growth. And your emotional system is wired to your intellectual standards. The intensity you feel isn't overdramatic, it's authentic. You care about truth, logic, and efficiency at a cellular level. While others can shrug off contradictions, your brain refuses to accept nonsense. This makes you an excellent problem solver. But it also means you need strategies for managing intellectual frustration. Here's what Elon, Musk, and Oprah know that you don't. America's greatest innovators all felt like outsiders until their flaws became fortunes. Your brain isn't broken, it's beta testing the next evolution of human thinking. So here's the truth they don't teach you in school. Intelligence isn't just about solving math problems or memorizing facts. It's about seeing patterns others miss, feeling things others ignore, and building systems others don't understand. If you recognized yourself in these signs, you're not weird, you're gifted. And it's time to stop apologizing for your brain. The world needs people who think like you. We need pattern spotters, system builders, and truth tellers. Your intensity isn't too much, it's exactly enough. Your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's precision. Your need for depth isn't pretentious, it's necessary. Stop trying to fit into a world that wasn't designed for minds like yours. Start building the world that makes sense to you. And if this resonated with you, drop a comment below with the word recognize. And tell us which sign hit you the hardest. Your intelligence is not a burden to manage. It's a gift to unleash. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. So make sure to subscribe to see them.